From humble beginnings in Roswell, New Mexico, Steve Fox had a larger-than-life vision that with hard work, you could get anywhere. The son of a World War II combat veteran and a hard-working mother, Steve learned at an early age that his future was up to one person only, him. Fascinated by cars for most of his life, Steve's career began at the young age of 15 as he swept shop floors, slowly making a name for himself in the automotive industry.
I couldn't think of a better childhood. We grew up in an 1,100 square foot home with one bathroom, and Steve and I thought we were the richest people on the face of the earth. Our parents told us that we could be anything we wanted to be in life, that the only thing that would hold us back was ourselves. We are who we are today because of who our parents were. And I think that gave us the confidence to go out and accomplish whatever Steve wanted to accomplish or I wanted to accomplish in life. And we always knew they had our back.
Meanwhile, 200 miles away in El Paso, Nancy Hart Gorman grew up among a vibrant community on the US-Mexico border. Her middle name a reflection of the love she'd share with the people across our region and the community she's always called home. As a child, Nancy joined her father and family to volunteer at church and in Ciudad Juarez to feed and clothe those in need.
Nancy's passion for philanthropy and charity was instilled by our upbringing through our parents. They very much instilled upon us the philosophy that when much has been given, much is expected in return. And I think they both Steve and Nancy have a passion for giving back to others.
With an eagerness to learn and an inquisitive mind, she followed in her father's footsteps, putting faith, family, and community at the forefront of everything she did.
She's also a person of quiet strength. She just always very quietly and thoughtfully would do whatever she needs to do to make a difference in someone's life. Nancy is just the most loving, kind, generous, and accepting person I know.
Meeting Steve would be the beginning of a life spent helping others and passing on their combined love and passion for our Borderplex community to their daughters, Ashley and Paige.
My dad, before he would leave to work every morning, he would kiss my sister and I, and he would always say, "Be nice to everybody." I can't even put into words how grateful I am to, have parents and to come from a family like I do, because the keys to the kingdom is to be able to help someone else. And they hold those keys true and near to their hearts.
As their family grew, so did Steve's career in the automotive industry. After working as a parts manager, Steve worked his way up, becoming a partner, then president, and majority owner of Hoy Fox Automotive Group by 1999. By 2015, Steve founded Fox Automotive Team, serving customers from across West Texas and southern New Mexico. Over the years, his work ethic never wavered, and his passion for the automotive business lit the way for Paige, who followed in his footsteps.
It's been great working alongside my dad, to see him in a different light, not as a dad, but as a coworker, a leader, has been very humbling. And I just have so much gratitude to be able to walk in his footsteps. I have very big shoes to fill. One of the greatest lessons I've learned from my father is taking care of your team. If you can take care of your associates and put them first, then everything will just fall into place.
Despite his busy schedule as both family and businessman, Steve never forgot his why. Together, he and Nancy served our community and others quietly, building relationships from El Paso to Juarez and across the world as they helped those most in need. Just across the border, in the Juarez colonia of Anapra, Steve and Nancy were quick to lend a helping hand to Proyecto Santo Niño, which serves children with disabilities and their families.
I think his whole family has that desire to give back to the community of El Paso, including on the border on the other side, because for us there's no line. There's just not a separation. And I believe that that's the way the Fox family look at life too.
After learning of the program's struggles, Steve and Nancy invested in its clinic, helping to improve electricity and remodel the building to fit the needs of those who call it home.
It means a lot just to know that they're rooting for us. They're part of the progress that we're making. To know that there is that kind of support there And it's not just the financial support, it's the spiritual, emotional support that we feel from the family.
A spirit of hope and courage is what got the Fox family through Steve's battle with cancer, which began in 2000. His diagnosis, stage 4 squamous cell carcinoma, carried with it a 2-year survival rate. But Steve was determined to do anything to extend his life and beat the disease.
I think that moment when my dad was diagnosed with cancer, I was 11, and I just remember, the doctor came over and I was like staring at the window, and my dad met the doctor outside, and I could hear my dad say, like, it's not good news. I just remember my sister and I being like, oh my God, he has cancer. Like, what does this mean? This is horrible.
Treatment took Steve, often with Nancy by his side, to Houston for weeks at a time. The family watched as intense treatment turned Steve into a fighter and gave hope that he never intended to give up. Instead, Steve thought of others.
The really key, very important thing about my dad that I saw is that he was starting to ride his dirt bike again. And he loves his dirt bikes. He still rides today. And so I remember he wasn't able to ride for 8 or 9 months. And as soon as I heard him rev up that dirt bike engine, I was like, that's right. Like, I have my dad. Like, he's going to be okay.
But I think the battle with cancer shaped Steve. And I mentioned that he's stubborn and he's courageous and he wasn't going to be beaten. He's a winner. And he engaged head on. Some of my friends call him a cancer commando, but he's a warrior. That he has not only fought his battle with cancer, but he's helped a lot of other people fight their battles with cancer.
Steve's dream was that one day, world-class cancer care would be accessible to all in our Borderplex region, from bustling neighborhoods to surrounding colonias. So families never have to worry about leaving their biggest support systems or choose between a trip out of town for treatment or paying bills. Today, Steve's dream is coming true, bringing hope to families in our community and beyond. So a mother recently diagnosed with breast cancer can be home with her children. A young leukemia patient can be surrounded by loved ones as they face a battle that no child should. And research focused on the people of our community can impact the way we treat cancer for generations to come, here in the heart of El Paso.
Our dad, one of the things he always did, and I remember him pointing at me and he said, you judge another person not by the color of their skin, not by their religion, not by their political orientation, not by their station in life. And he hit me in the chest. You judge them by their heart. And Steve Fox's heart is bigger than the state of Texas.
Steve, Nancy, and the Fox family, your relentless advocacy for cancer care in our region will have a permanent impact on our beloved Borderplex and our families. Today, we are honored to make history in our community by sharing your vision of a healthier Borderplex where cancer patients become cancer warriors. Our Texas Tech El Paso family is forever grateful to be part of your legacy of hope, one that has touched countless lives for decades. All thanks to a family whose foundation is built on strength, community, and the idea that just one act of kindness can have a transformative impact for a lifetime. Hope begins here.